Hello everyone and welcome to another draft feature. This time it's the top 8 draft deck from the Dark Moon Fair in Rotterdam that got Ollie, which is, well, me, to the top 4, but he lost to Duncan in the top 4 then. Still, this deck is quite interesting and good because it got a very nice curve. As you can see, you got like 4 1-drops, you got 4 2-drops, you got 4 3-drops, 5 4-drops, and 4 5-drops. And, well, 1 8-drop that basically lost me a game and won me a game, which is also the first card I will be talking about. Just finishing up the deck list real quick, we got 1 ability, which is Face of Fear, and 7 quests down here. 4 Waking the Beast and 3 Rescue the Earth Speaker. As you can see, it's kinda like an archetype. And it turned out in our draft tests that this seems to be a very strong archetype for this kind of draft, limited environment, that you have a very good curve, pretty aggressive deck if you don't open in some bomb like Mazukon or Sorrow's End, for example, that you just go aggro and try to overrun your opponent before his spoilers or bombs can win the game for him. So, like I said before, this is the first card we're going to talk about, Nespira. It is a powerful 8-drop, although this is quite, this statement already says there's a mistake in this statement because an 8-drop can only be so powerful because it takes forever for it to enter play. In this case, in the top 4, I lost to Duncan because I was like putting my money on this card and waited for it to hit the field and had to row a card in turn 7 and not do anything else, just so I would have enough resources in play to be able to play Nespira. Would have been the better choice to just row it in turn 6 already and apply some more pressure by playing another Akasi, Herald of Nature, for example, and try to overwhelm Duncan with my little monster army. Well, there are not so many monsters as you can see. There's the Murloc Coast Runner, Nazshar Sorceress, Harpooner, Syracuse Tide Princess, which makes 1, 2, 3, 4. The Myrmidon, the Revenant of Neptulon, so we got 6, and Nespira, which means 7. And 4 Waking the Beast. This can be a little problem, that you don't really hit one of the monsters with your quests. For that reason, people invented Delve, which we got on the 1-drop, Alethea Brightsong, and on the 2-drop, the Harpooner. This is not great. I mean, I would certainly like some more Delve, but it's not awful either. You can very often set up something like see the top 2 cards. One of them is a monster, so you put the other card first because you want to curve out on the next turn, and then the turn after, before you draw, for example, you can activate or resolve Waking the Beast or complete the quest and draw into the monster this way, which often works. Another thing that is interesting or more interesting about this deck is I would have liked to play Mage because I could have always activated Baxton, the 3-drop with Empower. However, I had no way to activate the 3 copies of Anastina, Herald of the Fell. I think this card is pretty good. I have seen people passing it all the time. In an aggressive deck, it is very often the case that your opponent is trying to set up good traits. So he has several guys on the field that are all somehow damaged. If you then play Anastina, you can get rid of his whole field, pretty much. And, well, you got something on the field and he doesn't, in the best case scenario, and then you win the game because of that. If that is not the case, a second Anastina almost always helps to wipe his whole field because 4 damage to everything is extremely strong. So this card is, I don't know, it's like a two-sided coin in a way. It can be great, but most of the times it's only very good when you have several copies of it. I went for it for Warlock and it worked in my favor, and I think this is pretty good. Sutsu, I can almost never activate its effect. I think I don't have a single Shaman in the deck, but he's still a good card because he's a 5/5/5. Other than that, same is true for Amano, Herald of the Sun. I can not activate his effect, his Empower ability, but still he's a very good card because he's on the curve with 4/4/4. One thing, a Baxton can be activated because I got a couple of mages apparently. I got Cressa, which needs a protector next to her, or Nazsha Sorceress, so my opponent cannot just get rid of her very easily. Other than that, I got 2 mages on my 2-drop, Dragasal and the Sorceress, so it's very often possible to follow it up with Baxton and then gain control over the whole field. That is basically all there is to say about this sealed deck. It's not rocket science or anything. You just have a very good curve. You have these quests which can be activated for little investment pretty much. Waking the Beast and Rescue the Earth Speaker, which can often be activated because you're out of cards by turn 5 or 6. Face of Fear is not too bad. It's also not the best ability in the set, but still it can help you gain even more tempo advantage. And this deck is pretty much all about tempo. So there you go. That's my top 8 deck. I might have made the finals if I wouldn't have misplayed against Duncan by putting my money on Ispira, but I'm not sure if I would have won the final because I heard that Mathieu's deck was pretty sick. Still, I hope you enjoyed this. There's also a little competition, a little raffle, prize raffle. If you want to participate, it's extremely easy. Head over to TCG Market's Facebook page, which I will link in the comments of this video. And say something about the video there. Just leave a comment and you can win something. It's as easy as that. Just leave a comment on the Facebook page, become a fan, and you're in the raffle and can win something for TCG Market. It's as easy as that. If you have some more additional feedback, let me know what you think, and I'm looking forward to it. See you guys soon.